that October 4, 2011, NAGICO acquired the shares of GTM Insurances. At that time, the offices had not seen renovation or upgrading for quite a while, to say the least. Last year, we started a major renovation project of this office, and today you are witness to the end results. The newly renovated office symbolizes the official launch of the NAGICO brand in Trinidad and Tobago. And from today onwards, you will surely see and hear a lot more of NAGICO as we pursue to become the most trusted insurance company in Trinidad and Tobago. To give you a brief introduction what NAGICO stands for in the 19 territories in which we have been operating since our inception in St. Martin in 1982, I would like to show you a short version of a documentary that we made last year to commemorate our 30th anniversary we celebrated last year. So enjoy. It's a short 5-minute documentary.
In 1982, the Commodore 64 home computer is introduced. Prince William is born at St. Mary's Hospital in London. Thelonious Monk, jazz pianist and composer, considered one of the giants of American music, dies. Mexico is unable to pay its large foreign debt, triggering a debt crisis. The West Indies cricket team dominated Test cricket. Outstanding players of the time were the captain Viv Richards, Gordon Greenidge, Desmond Haynes, and a battery of fast bowlers headed by Malcolm Marshall. And in 1982, on the island of St. Martin, a new insurance company is found. A company that for over 30 years shows continuous growth and expansion. With a presence in over 18 territories, with a very strong brokers network, with award-winning services, and one thing in mind: we're there for you when you need us. This movie is about a very special company. It's a story of unparalleled success of an exceptional enterprise. This is about a company that really understands her clients' needs. This is about a company with great people and a great future. This is about continuous growth and expansion. This is the NAGICO story. As most successful people and entities, NAGICO was born from humble beginnings, with a few staff members, one small office in the Caribbean Lumber Building, a handful of clients, and paid capital of no more than $75,000. The real growth occurred after Hurricane Hugo. Expansion was no longer a question. NAGICO entered the Totola, Antigua, and Dominica markets almost immediately.
It was at that point that NAGICO decided to expand its operation in the region, and in 1992 opened an office in the British Virgin Islands.
In 1995, the NAGICO Curaçao office started. 3 years later, in 1998, NAGICO entered the Montserrat market and quickly became a household name. The economy in the mentioned territories was stabilizing, and people were recovering from the trauma and effects of the hurricanes, so business picked up. NAGICO finally got the opportunity it had been waiting for, and in 2004, NAGICO Aruba office was born, followed almost immediately by NAGICO St. Kitts and NAGICO Nevis. By now, NAGICO was operating and servicing approximately 10 territories. The year 2006 came, and with that came more expansion for the company. NAGICO Bonaire was opened. Being located In the very center of the hurricane belt, NAGICO knows what catastrophes are. Even worse, NAGICO knows what earthquakes and volcanic eruptions mean to complete countries and their citizens.
We do understand the devastating effects of hurricanes, earthquakes, volcanoes.
We doubted if any other big multinationals could function under the circumstances that we did.
Most insurance companies have discontinued their catastrophe coverage in the region. One of the main reasons for NAGICO being able to continue that catastrophe coverage is because they have good and solid reinsurance arrangements in place.
Interactive services, state-of-the-art IT innovations, roadside assistance, the most important fair and fast claims settlement. Voted best insurer by the broker organization SIBA and the Daily Herald. Impressive. But at NAGICO, it all comes down to the NAGICO people.
Nunca me no queda assim contesta se kami representante de NAGICO não para sobra é inteligente, é dinâmico e sabe o trabalho, pero também para sua companhia NAGICO está dando espaço para tomar suas mesmas decisões e tudo está correto e justo e na tempo. Me está sentindo aqui na roupa na casa.
We value innovation. We're constantly busy to improve ourselves, improve our services, improve our products, improve our clients' experience.
You know, to be quite honest, what I value in most of NAGICO is just simplicity.
Our business is about people, and at NAGICO we have some incredible people.
They do have fantastic products at very affordable prices.
Fair and fast.
My NAGICO agent always says, consider it done.
Juste et rapide.
They're just nice people to deal with.
Eerlijk en snel.
Justo y rápido.
Over the past few years, NAGICO has managed to double its operation income. Our equity has increased to $70 million. NAGICO operates in 18 markets, and our intention is to open one new market for every year to come. NAGICO employs 250 people, and together with our agents, over 1,000 people talk about NAGICO every day.
We thinking expansion, we think growth. We hope this year to move into different markets. Today we are doing things a lot better than we did yesterday. And tomorrow we will do things a lot better than we do today. We will continue to strive with better systems, innovations and so on to continue to do things better in the future. It's very hard. It sounds easy, but it's very hard work. Really hard work, but it's very rewarding work.
So that gave you a brief overview of NAGICO and the territories. Of course, the numbers have changed because we made this last year for our 30th anniversary. Also in the documentary, we had our previous CFO who immigrated back to the United Kingdom in the meantime. But today, of course, we have our new CFO present with us, Mr. Justin Woods. Thank you for being with us today. So, last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank Chris Henriques and his entire team for getting to this point today. We really applaud the dedication of the management and staff of NAGICO Trinidad and for a job well done. Congratulations, and let's now make history together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Mr. Maksud Amjad, fondly and commonly referred to as Mac, is the CEO of the NAGICO Group of Companies. He ventured into the insurance industry in 1975 in Guyana. He soon started his professional studies and completed the ACII in 1981, becoming one of the youngest persons, and I want you all to please bear that in mind, because he still is, one of the youngest persons in the Caribbean at the time to do so. He quickly moved up the ranks to join the management team of GTM in Guyana before accepting the offer to become the manager of a newly formed company, NAGICO Insurances, in 1982. Mr. Maksud had to wear many hats in the early days, bearing the responsibilities for underwriting, sales, and claims. He has been at the helm of NAGICO throughout the 30-plus years of its existence and continues to carry a hectic portfolio. With all of this, Mr. Maksud still finds time for community involvement. He's involved in other businesses and numerous social and charitable causes, but nothing ignites his passion like insurance, cricket, and dominoes. Mr. Maksud is the founder and chairman of the St. Martin Cricket Association. However, his main focus is NAGICO, the largest privately held insurance group in the Caribbean. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite our group CEO, Mr. Maksud Amjad, to bring his feature address.
Well, thank you very much, Genda. Actually, right now, I'd rather be watching IPL cricket or playing a game of dominoes. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here this afternoon and to address you. It's a real pleasure to come to the building this morning and see what a transformation it has become. NAGICO is certainly one of those companies that continue to strive for excellence, and we leave no stone unturned in our efforts to achieve excellence. It's been quite a long story. You've seen the film there. One look at that film, I'm sure you'll all agree that I should stick to insurance, forget the acting bit. It's been a wonderful time being part of NAGICO for all these years. And you're right, Genda, I'm still quite young for all these years, 31 right now. And I'm 31 years old, by the way. So I've started doing this from the time age 1. The NAGICO story you've heard there, you've seen there, is one about people. Let me emphasize that. We really put a lot of time and a lot of effort into our people. Insurance is a business that's all about service. It's one of those businesses that you cannot feel, you cannot eat, you cannot drink. When you buy an insurance policy, you buy it with a high degree of trust and a high degree of faith that at some point, should something go wrong, the company will be there for you. And in order to convince people to take such a chance and such a risk with an insurance company, you obviously must have the most talented group of people around. And I want to tell everybody here this afternoon that I have found for the year and a half that we have been in full ownership of GTM, I have seen a real significant change amongst the people here at GTM. The people have themselves been transformed, I think. I look at the people now and I look at their uniform this afternoon, and I'm really filled with a sense of pride of what we have achieved here at NAGICO Trinidad and Tobago. When we first took over the company in October, I came here and I looked at the premises. Well, I looked at the premises before, and there were a lot of people in the directorship that said, are you sure you want to do this? Buy that company in Trinidad? The building is a wreck. The one in San Fernando is worse. We're not sure about the people. It's been downward. It's not been, you really want to do that? Well, there was a certain amount of pride that I had, first of all, in the name GTM. Because, as you would have seen, I started my insurance career at GTM, and way back in 1975. And I've always been proud of my first association with insurance being GTM. So when the opportunity came to purchase GTM, it was not that difficult for me to make that decision. Obviously, we had to do our due diligence, which we did, and in the end, we were satisfied, or at least I was satisfied.